Before going to validations, I would like to request you guys, please, if you are watching my videos, please subscribe my channel, and if you like the videos, so please hit the like button as well, and you can also share if you want with your friends. So you can see I have a little bit change in our form, so that I have done the coding part, I have done the HTML part and CSS part, so that we don't have to invest more time in it. So I'm just explaining that how I have done it. So for that, in our signup.php, this part is same, and for the body inside form, I have just added this. For each and every element, I have written it like this. So I have divided the column, so the whole column actually takes the uh, 12 parts. So for that, I have divided first name, that is this field, label field, in 5. So you can see call LG5. And then I have divided it in 7. So 5 and 7 equals to 12. So this whole portion takes the 12 columns. So that is divided in this manner. Similarly for the last name and every other field. So that is why it is looking like this now. And since the user will be signing up, so there will be a possibility that user moves to sign up, but he or she has account on the login. So he can go to login and just log in. So what I have done is one more thing, that is for the address field, now we cannot resize it. So going to our base.css, now we don't need these things. So let's remove it. And now if I refresh, so that won't impact. Yes. So apart from that, I have made the heading of white color with this cursive font family. Font family is used to define the fonts. So for that, I have given it of white and font family cursive. You can see this. For the sign up, I have given one class, that is head. So that is defined here. And for the label styles, I have given the color of white. So you can see these are of white color now, and with these fonts. So if we didn't get this font, then it will try this. Otherwise, it will try this. So that is done, and align item center. So align item center means this level will get aligned to this text field on the center. So that is align item center. And for the text box, you can see they are somewhat rounded now. So for that, I have used border radius 5 pixel and border of aqua, that doesn't matter, and height of 36 pixels, because that is now somewhat looking good. So I have given it height of 36 pixel and padding of 9 pixels from left. So this field is now not touching from here, so it has some space. So with that, padding left 9 pixels. Now if we go on to here, so I have used the label and div, and for the labels, I have given label style. So that will be used for these. And for input type equals to text, you can see I have text box class here defined. So that is using this CSS. And for the text area, since you cannot see the resize button, so for that you just need to write resize colon none. So that will remove that resizing thing. And the similarly all these things as of text box. So we have defined, but I have also increased the height to 80 pixels so that it will look bigger as compared to text boxes. So that is done. And on focus or focus visible. So these are the things which you can see from here. Like if you click on inspect, and if you want to change anything of this, so go on to colon hover. You can select focus visible or hover condition. So you can do it all this from here. Like I've added CSS for focus visible. So you can see that CSS is now visible for this. So focus visible is done. Now going back to our CSS, I have sign up and login button. So I have given that width of 100 pixels and pattern of 10 and 16. So that is like this. If I change it, if I change the padding, you can see on the UI that this up and down padding is changing. And similarly for this, the content is shifting. So padding is already, because I have given it a width of 100 pixels. And if I increase the width, so it will behave like this. So that is also it. And after that, I have a linked text. So linked text is this one because user can log in through the sign up page as well. So user can go to login. So I have given it a link. So already have an account, then you can just go to login. So for that I have used linked text. So let's move on to here and you can see it linked text. So this is so that should be because I have used just useful font. So you can use div or whatever you want. It depends on you. Already have an account for that. I have linked text and I have given some font family. And since this is an hyperlink, so in my earlier videos I have showed that how we can add a hyperlink. So with the help of KHREF, I have added this login.php file. So when the user will click on this, then he will be redirected to login page. And since by default all the links are of blue color and have underline, so I have removed that from here. So A and text decoration none, that will remove the underline and color from blue to this. And when we hover into it, then it will change this color to this. So you can see the change in color. And one more and important thing is I have used login.php. I haven't written it like slash login.php because if I write it slash, then it will move to our base path. That is, it will go to zap htdocs, and here it will check for that login.php. But since we don't have it here, we have it inside our demo, so we will just write without slash, and it will check for that file inside our project folder. So, so we will use it like this. And similarly, I have earlier used it like this. So we don't need slash demo. We can just write store.php. Then also it will work. And similarly for the login, we don't need slash demo verify and this. Now, if I refresh, so this is our form till now. And if I click on login, so we have the login page. Similarly, as we have in the sign up, in the login, I have set that don't have an account, then the user can sign up. So that is done like this. So that is what sign up and login. You can see it here. So that is done. Now if we move on to sign up page and for the sign up page, talking about the validations, we can just simply write on all the fields like this. So for all the fields, if we add required, then those fields, if the user click on submit button, then user need to enter the value. Otherwise it won't submit. Let's do it like this. No, let's do it like this. So I have all the fields and then in here plus for the text area in here. I will write required and save. Now, right now I'm not refreshing it because if I click on sign up, then you will just see this. That is, it has added something. If I go to our database, so it has added the blank. We don't need that. And for the email field, it hasn't shown any validations. So now, if I click on if I save it as required, and now if I finish the form, now if I press submit, so now it is showing this validation because we have added the validation by just adding the required. So for each and every field, test, and now if I press sign up, so it will show because we have added all the field as required, so we need to fill all the values now. That is mandatory. So one way for adding validation is like this, with the help of required attribute. But the drawback of this attribute is we cannot add any custom message. So that is why it is not good to use this required keyword, required attribute. So we will use the other approach. And before that, there is one more thing. You can see we have like if someone gives any information here, so that information will be shown in the URL bar as well. So that is also not a good approach because if I write any password here, what if you put up says, and let's say any dummy text. And for the password, I say this and click on sign up. So we cannot see password here, but we can see password here. That is not good. So that is why we won't be using form submit. We will use on click submit method. And if you are using form submit, then these will work. But if we are removing the form submit and we are just using the on click of button, we will submit the form, then this won't work. So let's firstly try it without removing this and adding the button submit. So for that, let's remove form from here and then let's take this button of input type equals to button and let's add one ID to it. That should be sign up. So ID will be used by the help of hash. So we will write hash of sign up. So that is the ID on click of this button. So on click of this button, we need to use these things. We need to do these things. So for checking that it is working or not, let's firstly comment it and add a simple error message that is working. Now if we refresh it and I click on this, so working. And you must have noticed that now it didn't show the required message because I'm just clicking on file and submit button and we have the required, but it didn't show the required. So that is why I have said that required won't work. So for that, we need to add the validations. So now let's uncomment everything. And now since we have the values in these variables, so we will use these variables for adding the validation. So using the if method, if condition, if f name is double equals to blank, then we will do something else if. So we will use else if because we need to check every field. So let's just copy it and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fields. So 1, 2, let's get this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here also else. Also, and let's do it as else because if all the fields are validated, then we will do the form submit. So form submit by clicking the button submit. We will just do the post. So now if we have this field as blank, then we will show the message in our UI that this field cannot be left blank, similarly for last name and similarly for email, mobile, and then telephone, and address, then password, and password, and confirm password. So that's it. If you want to show a single message, that is, if any of the field is left blank, so we can just write it like and using this, and we can just write all the names and we will just simply do 100%. But since we will show for each and every field that this field cannot be left blank, then we will write it in this like just name cannot be left blank. Similarly, for if the last name is blank, then we will say last name. If the email is blank, then we will write email. If mobile is blank, then we will write mobile cannot be left blank. And we don't need telephone to be mandatory because if anyone is entering the mobile number, then we don't need telephone to be mandatory. So for the address field, we will write address cannot be left blank and similarly password. And why I have written password and confirm password in the single field? Because we need both these things and we will just show a single message that confirm password or password cannot be done. Password and confirm password cannot be left blank. Now, if confirm password and password are not blank, then we will write one more condition. Then, since nothing is blank, so it will go inside this else condition. And in here, we will write one more condition. That is, if password is not equals to confirm password. So if password is not equals to confirm password, then we will show the message that password and confirm password does not match. Yeah. So that is like this. If they match, then we will do the else condition, and inside else we will do the post test. Now, should we do the indentation part? And now if we refresh, so that is our found, and you can see it is checking one by one. So firstly it went to this, and if this fails, then it won't execute further and it will just show this message. Press the OK. So I was writing this test uses. Now if I click on sign up, so email can't be applied, so it is working perfectly. So let's take a test user 3. It's that the rate user home mobile number. Or that is not mandatory. Let's enter anything. So address for 3 and password. Let's write it 123, and so it is saying doesn't match, but I haven't entered the password. So written anything here wrong. Password and confirm password is not allowed. So instead of and, we need to write or. So it will check both. But now if I refresh, test user 3, you can just fast forward. I'm just entering the same information. This you can't sign up. So it says cannot be left blank because we have left it blank. Now if I write one for user and then it says password doesn't match. So it has gone there inside that condition. And if I'm writing the same password, then it should do the console. Yes. So it has done the post request and submitted all the values which you have in our form. Now if we go to our database, so we have this value. So we have added the validation in this manner. And this thing in this manner we can customize our messages. So that is somewhat better than this requirement. So let's move apart from our forms now. That is so that is our validation. And in our next videos, we will be using like we will if someone has done the sign up, then we can just do the login and we will work inside the home page. So thank you guys and please subscribe. Bye.